Okay, so let's begin. Composite shapes, more than one shape put together. Find separate areas, and then you're going to add them. Okay? So for this one here, we have a square and half a circle. We'll call this area 1. This will be area 2. So it's good to organize your work somehow. For me, I like to go area 1 plus area 2 using subscripts. Now for area 1, it's a square. So I'm going to substitute the formula s squared in for a square. Plus, a circle is pi r squared, but I don't have a full circle, so I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay, so s, okay, just remember this is s, not a 5, so it's an s for side. Okay, the dimension's 8, so this is 8 squared plus pi times r squared. What's the value for r? Amin? Perfect. And then divide by 2. So we have a little bit of bed math to do, order of operations. 8 squared, 64, plus 16 pi divided by 2. So it'll be 64 plus. Okay, so I evaluate here. What I did is I evaluated my exponent. Okay, so evaluated 4 squared. And you should write the number in front, okay, as a coefficient. And that's what I did with the 16. You guys okay with that? And so then I'm going to go 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I'm going to go 8 pi. Now after you do a little bit of thinking and playing with your numbers, now is a good time to go to your calculator. Okay. And so some people can type that in exactly. Others are going to go 64 plus 8 times pi. That's a multiplication. Okay. 8 pi is 8 times pi. And you should get 89.13 centimeters squared. Okay. Now I don't specify exactly which unit to round to there, but okay, so just go to a couple decimals. Next. Any questions about that? So what I like to do is I like to do a thumbs up, thumbs down, or if you're kind of unsure what I did, in the middle. All right, so thumbs up, thumbs down in the middle, show me. Okay. What's the weird part? Anyone? That you're not sure about? Yep. Okay. So a full circle then. Let's just do an example. Do a full meal deal. This is 12. So what's the area of a full circle? Pi r squared. What's r for this circle that I just drew? 6. So the area equals pi times 6 squared. Okay. What's the value of 6 squared? Okay. And we always write it in front of pi. So it's 36 pi. That's your answer. 36 times pi. Multiplication dot. Okay. So on your calculator, you're going to go 36, hit your multiplication button, and hit your pi button, then press equals. Okay. Now if I had half a circle, then I'd divide 36 by 2. 18. Okay. Okay, we got some more circles coming up down below, so we go over that some more, okay? Okay, what should we do for this shape? Any ideas? Volunteers? Yeah, so split it up again, area 1 plus area 2. Now some of you might not like doing this stuff right here and it gets a little complicated for you. That's fine. What you can do is just figure out area 1. Area 1 equals s squared because it's a square, right? 12 and 12 makes it a square. So in area 1 equals 12 squared. Don't use your calculator for that. You've got to exercise your brain a little. So it's 144. Okay. Area 2, what shape is it? Triangle. And that one's base times height divided by 2. So you can substitute in and find that one. What's your base? What's your height? Yeah. Base is 12. So sometimes the numbers are written down below, but it's the same up top. Okay? So the base is 12, and the height is 5. Then you divide by 2. So we get 60 divided by 2, and I hope you didn't use your calculator, 30. Okay? So now you can add them up. So we can say area total equals 144 plus 30. So it's 174 meters squared. 174 meters squared. Any questions? Notice how there's two different ways of showing your work. One, you can kind of, what I did at the beginning, I put them all together at once, added at the end. You can show your work separate for the separate pieces and then add. It's up to you. Does not matter to me. But I want you to show me what you're doing. Okay, it's like you're writing an essay. If you hand in a paragraph, is your English teacher going to be happy? No. So make sure you're writing your essay for math too. That'll make me happy. Okay. This one. Oh, this one is great. This is how I had to figure out my deck, because there's a big tree right here. So what you have to do is divide it into shapes that you know. There you go. Right? So you have to divide into shapes that you know. All shapes can be divided into smaller shapes. So here's area 1. Here's area 2. Here's area 3. You're going to have to subtract to find measurements. Okay, so you're going to have to subtract to find some measurements. I'll give you a second, just try and... Okay, so this side length right here, the whole side is 9 meters. Then you're going to have to subtract 2 from here and 3 from here, and the leftover piece will be what you're trying to find. So 9 minus 2 is 7, minus 3, that's going to be 4. So your triangle, this is 4 meters. Okay. What about this number right here? Yep. How'd you get that?
You take away the 2 meters from the rectangle and the 5 from the meters.
So 10 minus 5 minus 2, 3 meters. Good job. Okay, so that's what you need to know. Okay, find the area. Go. Finish off what you started. .48 meters squared. Hands up if you got that. Okay, good. 48. Pretty close. Okay, so we had to subtract to find this 8 as well. We knew the entire bottom length was 10, but we're taking away a 2 right there. Okay, the same as the top. So that was a tricky measurement you have to watch out for as well. Okay, simple shapes, but you got to really be careful of your measurements when you're doing that. Okay, easy for you to get tripped up. All right, any questions? All right, so those are composites. What we're going to work on now is we're going to work on cutouts. So sometimes areas will need to be subtracted to find the area of the shaded region. All right. So for the first one, so the good old donut question or washer, right? We call it the Tim Hortons question, classic. So we have area of the shaded. That's what we're going to find. Okay. In order to find the area of the shaded, you want to have the area of the large object minus the area of the cutout. Okay. So I'm going to break this into separate sections. Area of the large circle would be pi r squared. Find that answer. Go. So this is 121 pi. Okay. Hands up if you got that. Okay, so the radius is 11. 11 squared is 11 times 11. Okay, 121. So let's find the area then of the cutout. Don't go to a decimal yet. That would be wasting our time. So again, it's pi r squared. This time your radius has changed. So we want the small circle in the middle. So area equals 25 pi. Okay, so how many pi's do we have? Okay, area of the shape, or total area, that would be subtraction. 121 pi minus 25 pi. How many pi's do you have? $96. There's your answer. Done. And that would be in meters squared. Okay. 96 pi. Okay. You guys want to practice going to a decimal? You can. Go ahead. Practice going to a decimal. Okay. So for all of you, it's 96 times pi button on your calculator. Press equals. Round to the nearest tenth, which is 1 decimal place. Okay, nearest tenth. Take out your calculators. You all should practice this. Make sure you can do it. So notice you don't use a calculator to the very last step. Right? It's very important. Higher level math, you don't use your calculator that much. 96 times pi. Do not use 3.14. 301.59. So nearest tenth, what are we going to round it to? 301.6 meters squared. Okay. Good. Okay. Thumbs up, thumbs down in the middle. Okay. All right. Let's practice the next one. So it's going to be a similar idea, pi r squared, but instead of a circle you're subtracting, what are you subtracting? Triangle. Okay. Do we know what this measurement is up top? Yes, what is it? Why?
Because it's the radius.
Good. This is the radius. This is also the radius. It goes from the middle of the circle to the outside. Okay, so it's called reading your diagram. You have to read your diagram correctly. Okay, so this is also 18. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to try that on your own. It's going to be a circle minus the triangle. Okay, the circle, 324 pi. The triangle, 162. Subtract them. Okay. So on your calculator, you go 324 times pi minus 162. Your calculator will perform the multiplication first because of bed mass. So it's okay. Right. Any questions? Hands up if you got that. Okay, hands down. All right, last one. Last one's going to be tricky with your dimensions. I'm going to give you a second, 30 seconds, trying to figure out your dimensions. Go. Yatrak. Sydney.
The diameter for each of the circles is 8.
Perfect. So whole thing's 16. That means the diameter is 8. So then what's the radius? 4. Okay. And that's what you got to watch out for there. What's the dimension of the rectangle right here? Okay, it's going to be 8, same as the diameter. Okay. So the diameter helps you find all the other dimensions. Good. Okay. Remember, it's 2 circles. Okay. Go for it. Try and answer it. So you're going to find the area of 2 circles. Okay, final answer, 27.5 millimeters squared. Hands up if you got that. Okay, questions? You guys good? All right.